Hello everyone, my name is Metabyte.mp4 and welcome to a new type of video. This is my honest review of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Now, fair warning, this video does contain spoilers. So if you do not want to hear them, please click off now. This is one of two warnings that you will get. Now, so I know this isn't what I normally do, but I saw the new Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And I wanted to write a review because I'm a longtime fan. And if you look on my channel, I have a lot of older Five Nights at Freddy's related content. And I kind of want to return to it. But right now, let's focus on the video. So, first of all, I'm going to get my biased review out of the way. As a longtime Five Nights at Freddy's fan, this was going to be a great movie for me. But what I wasn't expecting were all the cameos and references to fan animations and other characters. Like 5 AM at Freddy's, the prequel was extremely surprising to see, especially with how Pimations used to curse a lot in their videos. But it was like a slight reference, possibly accidental, with how Foxy was in the film, Withered Foxy at least. But still, it was great to see it. And I'd like to also say that Michael Afton was not at all what I was expecting to look like. See, I went in not knowing the new cast members, like the people playing Michael or even Henry. But it was great to see how they how they portrayed them. My bad. It was a great surprise. Also, I was shocked with how different the movie was to the last one. How it got away with the PG-13 rating is incredible. Genuinely. And the jump scares, I actually got scared at certain parts of the movie, which was awesome. It felt like something I really wanted to see. They were perfect. In all the cameos in my first watch were awesome. So I'm just going to name a few of those, which were Candy the Cat, Glitch Trap, the derpy Freddy plush from Funko, and the fucking har 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 meme. You know, the one that goes, it's hilarious. I love it. I loved every second of it. It was awesome. I loved how the puppet was actually shown as like a large plush on a string in like the first scene. It was awesome. And I loved, I know it was kind of confirmed a while back, but the Mangle actually being Toy Foxy. It was cool. It was cool. But they will always be the Mangle to me. And I'm pretty sure they were still confirmed to be yes as their gender. I was also surprised with Megan Fox's performance as Toy Chica. Like, it was really good. Like, I mean, if you compare it to her other voice acting, and I think it was Mortal Kombat 1, it was really good. So props to Megan. I mean, she did really well at the character. I'm gonna be honest, Matt Pat as Toy Bonnie, it was really strange because at first you wouldn't think that's Toy Bonnie or Matt Pat. I really liked it. It was good seeing it. It was weirdly high pitched, but then again, he was doing Toy Bonnie, so I guess that was kind of guaranteed. Now, I actually want to talk about the animatronics, specifically Mangle. Because however they were puppeteering the Mangle was incredible. I mean, the car scene alone was awesome. I loved it. I loved it so much. Genuinely. Even the design. And Mangle had though it was a split-second shot, it was awesome. Mangle and some other semi-broken animatronics have always been my favorite. Toy Freddy also had a good amount of screen time, which wasn't bad. Now, moving on to the Withered animatronics. I really liked how they were shown as prototypes instead of being the original animatronics. I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of people thought when the original game released. So I'm gonna start with my boy, Withered Bonnie. The dude got stopped by an air vent. I was a little annoyed at that fact. A little annoyed. Because, I mean, you've seen other forms using the design similar to Withered Bonnie. Like, I mean, look at, what is it? Ignited Bonnie. Ignited Bonnie was on Demon Time and The Joy of Creation. But he would have definitely put up a more of a fight, if you ask me. Freddy recreated his mask scene. It was awesome. I mean, I loved it. I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, that is a shot-for-shot recreation. And I loved how game accurate they are. Like, I mean, it was awesome. Jim Henson's Creature Shop knows what they're doing. I love it. I love it so much. And this goes for all the animatronic designs. They were all game accurate. Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Freddy, even the toy animatronics. Withered Chica, while not having as much screen time as the others, but nonetheless game accurate, was awesome. Now we move on to the main fox himself. Withered Foxy wasn't just game accurate, but they were accurate to his character. I love, I mean, I know they were going for game accuracy in this, but seeing through the mask and how they actually detect it was really cool. I loved how accurate the terminal was, the computer. It was awesome. I loved it. Loved every second of it. And I don't know if it was purposeful or not, but the shutdown, right when Foxy got to Mike, he shut down. I think that was the perfect reference to 5 a.m. at Freddy's. Perfect. Although it could be unintentional in the reference, it was still just amazing. Now, moving on to Balloon Boy. He got what he deserved. He got so much what he deserved. He got his head. I wholly agree with ripping his head off, by the way. Ripping it off and throwing it to show off the others. It was amazing. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And moving on from Balloon Boy, I actually like the idea of Abby being into robotics because she wants her friends. She wants her friends back. That is amazing. I love it. Love every second of it. And Mike actually being a good brother was awesome to see. That was one of my biggest issues with the first movie, how he wasn't paying attention to Abby. I mean, he was obsessed with trying to get Garrett back or figure out what happened to Garrett. We learned more about Vanessa and Michael. And good lord, that reveal was something else. Let's talk about now. Moving on to one of my biggest surprises was the elephant. You know, let me rephrase this. It's the elephant in the room. What the fuck is Baby doing there? Like, holy shit. When in the dream scene, I did not see Circus Baby coming at all. And this implies, in my opinion, and what I think, it implies that the bite of 83 and the whole Circus Baby incident happened sometime in the Five Nights at Freddy's cinematic universe. And that's to my understanding. Meaning, William Afton had 4 kids, those being the Crying Child, Elizabeth, Michael, and Vanessa. And honestly, I think that's a great way to connect the games. I mean, Vanessa actually being related to William in some way or form is really interesting. Because we never actually get a look at Vanessa's last name in the games. And this also means that the third film may not be the last one, because it still has to tackle so much expanded lore, explain the bites, and that's gonna make the movies rated R. Absolutely, that's gonna make them rated R. But then again, that's also my personal take. We also need to talk about Henry. I love this version of Henry Emily. so much. Broken man who lost his daughter to his own partner. You actually see how broken he was in the movie. It was amazing. I love the performance. And I think at the end of the movie, he reveals that he knew it was William, but I'm have to do expanded review when I get a hold of my own copy of the movie. I would love to, but I love how this version, when you first meet him, he doesn't exactly know the details. He just knows that it happened at Freddy's. He doesn't know it was William who took Charlie's life. Again, that's my take. Now we're moving on to the section of the video where I'm going to try and tackle a non-personal review. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is good for the fans. Simply with how it's loaded with references that a fan would understand. To the average movie or film viewer, this is just the movie progressing. Like, I mean, they wouldn't catch all the cameos and references that a longtime fan, like people like myself, would get. And they would see, they may have seen the first one and thought it was good, but the average person wouldn't understand the attachment that the fans do and would hold, that the fans do to the games. And they would hold the other movies in high regards, simply because they are a movie viewer. They don't dive deep into lore and stuff. The average fan doesn't always understand what it means to the fan. The viewers, the non-fans of the expanded series, don't have the same attachment. I say this because I'm a longtime fan. And I hold one of the games extremely close to my heart, Five Nights at Freddy's sister location, in fact. While we have this topic, a normal viewer wouldn't know who Baby is because they never got into the games much. So if they see the Baby cameo, they aren't gonna know who Baby is until the next movie. So it's gonna leave them confused. And along with other characters like Henry Emily, only knowing that he's Charlie's father. In fact, when I saw the first movie, I had to explain. A lot of the plot went over my dad's head. I had to explain it just to get him to understand. Explaining the FNaF lore is extremely difficult to a non-fan because even a fan like myself, I don't have all the info. So I can't always explain everything. That's the hardest thing about it. So again, despite being an extremely large fandom, the target audience for Five Nights at Freddy's 2 are the fans. And people interested in your series, not your average moviegoer. Like, I mean, that's why the Rotten Tomatoes scores are low. That's why the critic scores are low, because they aren't the game fans. My best recommendation, if you're just a moviegoer, it's to just enjoy what you, the viewer, want. I think everyone should be allowed to enjoy what they want. But if you're a fan of the movie, it's going to need a bit of research to go into the other media of the larger fandom, just to understand everything. But it was a great movie all around. I enjoyed it. The people in my theater enjoyed it. That is my personal take on it, too. Longtime fan. But it was amazing. And I really hope that other people will agree. So that's my honest review of the movie. And I really hope that people agree. If you don't, that's fine. But I love the movie. It was amazing. And I cannot wait for more. So that is my take on Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And I will see you all in the next video. And if you've stuck around this long, I highly recommend you like and subscribe. Because I want to make more cool content like this. I want to. And I hope you all have a great day or night, whichever time you are watching this.